Hey, I'm Nick Apostolides, the mocap actor and voice of Leon S. Kennedy in the Resident Evil 2 remake. And you're checking out the Resident Evil database, the right place for Resident Evil fans. A few years ago, I think it was early 2016, I had seen a casting call on a casting website in Los Angeles for Resident Evil 2 remake. And quickly, I just thought that was some kind of fan film or a short project, and I submitted anyways, saying I was a huge fan. And when I got the audition, I read it closer and realized that they were casting for the remake of Resident Evil 2 for Leon's role, for the motion capture, body, face, and voice. And that's when I freaked out, and I realized they were actually remaking the game. And I submitted, I got the audition, and about 3 weeks later or so, I had the job, and I totally freaked out because, again, it's my favorite franchise. So this game, RE2 Remake, is actually the first video game that I ever voiced. It's always going to be special because of that, not to mention it is my favorite franchise of all time. I've been playing these games for 20 years now. I know them inside and out. I know the whole universe, so this one is super special to me. It means so much. Before we even finished filming, because that was like a 2.5-year process, I got to voice 3 additional games, including Life is Strange Before the Storm. Then I did a spin-off in that same universe, which is called The Awesome Adventures of Captain Spirit. And then most recently, I also voiced Life is Strange Part 2. So I'm hoping to continue this because I love video games, I grew up with them, and to be a part of the making of process is still mind-blowing to me. So I want to keep it up and hopefully make a whole career out of it. So as I said, I'm no stranger to this franchise. I know how big it is, I know how deep the fan base is because these games have been around since 1996. And they've had all kinds of spin-off CG movies. They've had the live-action movies. It's just a well-known household name. And so to be a part of this universe and to have helped made it is the biggest honor of my entire life. I cannot stress that enough. It's so cool that I get to play in this game and play Leon, who has been my favorite character this whole entire time because RE2, the original, was the first RE that I ever played. I loved it, and then I went back to 1, then I played 3, then I played 0, then all of the other titles, and it's just, again, so special for me to be here with you guys. So what do I think about Leon the character? Well, I've always liked him. RE2 was my first game in the whole franchise. I got attached to him then. Then I played 4 with him in it a lot. And then I played 6. So I've seen his whole entire arc. For his character in RE2, obviously he was the youngest. He was just kind of a Boy Scout trying to do the right thing. He just got out of the academy. He's a rookie cop. He wanted to prove himself. He's an honest guy. He's earnest. He's probably someone who would have won like best school spirit in high school or something. And I feel like I do have a lot in common with the guy. I don't have a malicious bone in my body. I'm a positive thinker all the time. I would say that Capcom saw a lot of those similarities in me, and that of course helped their casting decision with me. So I didn't really have to change much about myself and my natural personality to fit Leon's character in RE2. So yeah, I think we have a lot in common. So I've been following the Resident Evil series since probably 1999. So we're working on like 20 years now. I'm very familiar with all the timelines, the entire universe, all the characters, their relationships. I have thoroughly played every numbered title from 0 all the way to 7. I love them each for different reasons, different styles of gameplay, the characters, the voices, and all the characters and how they evolved over the years. There's just something about it that I got so attached to. The originals, like 1, 2, and 3, introduced me to survival horror and a whole new genre, really, of video game playing. I first started video games with like Mario and Mega Man, and then when I got into the scary stuff when I was about, I don't know, 14 or 15, that just changed everything. I liked being afraid. I liked that anxiety. So, yeah, I will play any game that comes out from the RE franchise, and I'll watch all the movies. And I'm excited to see what happens in the future. So when Capcom offered me the role of Leon, I knew that they didn't want me to change much. They cast me for my voice because I could apparently sound like a young Leon, which I think I do. And I didn't really have to change it much. I didn't have to affect the voice. So I didn't really put anything on it. As far as preparation goes, I really just trusted my gut and my own cadence, my own personality traits that match with Leon. And so I really just trusted myself. I trusted Capcom's decision to cast me. Had a lot of faith and just went for it. So here's a fun little tidbit. Because I'm a big fan of the RE franchise, I actually have not played the game yet, and the only reason is because I have a tradition with my little brother and my cousin. And I cannot play a new Resident Evil game until I play it with them. Now, we live on opposite coasts of the United States. They live in the Boston area. I live in Los Angeles. And so I have a lot of work right now, but until I go to the East Coast, I have to wait until about April to play this game. However, I have seen some of the cutscenes and some gameplay footage on YouTube, and it looks and sounds amazing. And I've read so many reviews, and I've heard a lot of the things that fans have been saying, and it seems overwhelmingly positive that people love this game. They love everything about it, the new direction, the new graphics, the sound design, and that makes me incredibly happy because this game is so special to me, and the fact that it's successful and it's being received so well, that means the world to me. That's all I wanted, for this to be a huge success and a good entry into the Resident Evil franchise. We filmed quite a bit over the past 2.5, almost 3 years now, and there were so many good moments that I remember every time I showed up to work, every time the team came over from Japan. There were just so many good moments, it's hard to pick one, but as far as the cinematics go and the scenes, I have to say that my favorite and the one that stood out most to me was in the Kendo gun shop, when Kendo had to put down his daughter who was slowly turning into a zombie, and just the reality of that scene, the somberness, the nature of it just had such good dramatic elements to it. And at the end, especially what Leon has to say about why he's a police officer, why he joined the force, I feel like it sums up his whole MO, and I think it came out beautiful. And as somber as it was, I have to say that that was probably my favorite time of filming. So to wrap it up, I just want to give a big thanks and shout out to the Resident Evil database for reaching out to me and letting me share my experiences with all you guys. And of course, I gotta thank the fan base for something. So again, I've been playing this franchise all my life, and I grew up with the different portrayals of Leon by some of the most amazing VO actors. I really love them all for different reasons. They're all fantastic. And the fact that I can now sit at this table and I've been positively received by the fan base and just welcomed into the family means so much to me. So, again, thank you. I'm so happy that you're enjoying the game and enjoying what we poured our hearts into. So, keep on surviving, and we'll see you in Raccoon City. Take care.
God damn it! Watch out!
You're safe. For now.
Thanks.
Marvin Browner.
Leon Kennedy. There was another off strike. I couldn't...
Here. I'm sure you did what you could, Leon.